Go through, show them the way in which you operate. And again, even if you're using Trello boards, and which I'm a big advocate of Trello, if you're using Trello boards, go through them, show them the way in which you actually manage the things in your office. Get the client involved. Show them that you are the person. The main reason why someone's going to use you is because they trust you. They trust that you can manage and solve their problems. Again, this is my Trello board that I put into businesses. Show the agency that you're organized. Show them that you're structured. This is in your listing presentation. You could do a little video later on and say, this is the way in which we manage the properties coming on board. Make sure you're listing the property the right way. Get all the right documentation. Nothing worse than coming back later on and doing the presentation today, picking up the business, and then coming back to them 3 weeks later because you're asking for proof of ownership or you're asking for their insurance. Be organized from the beginning. Show them that you are the right person. You're the right person for this job. And again, this is going to develop your listing presentation. In the listing presentation, schedule your first launch date. And I talk about launch dates. Launch dates for me, when you're bringing a brand new property on, a little bit different to just a first advertising. So launch dates, have a launch open. So aim to have that in the first 7 to 14 days. The BDM does a really good handover to the leasing team. I would suggest BDM should do a bit of video. When you're inside the property, do a walkthrough and just say, for example, I've got my phone here. It's Michael. I'm just walking through ABC Street. These are the things that are really attractive about the property. Third bedroom's a bit small. We need to focus on that. The ideal tenants for this particular property would be X. And that video can then be saved inside of your Google Drive or your shared documents. Again, try and transmit as much, record as much information as you possibly can to keep that in your office, so all the information is there available. Aim to have the launch date, the launch open. So what are, again, talking about the different documents that we need in through to here. I just want to talk to you now about the launch. So, here we go. First, welcome call from the director. Very, very important. So the director, I think that the very first thing the director should be doing a couple of days after the property's been listed, pick up the phone, introduce themselves, just wanted to say hi. And, I know you've been dealing with, who we've got in there, Cheryl. I know you've been dealing with Cheryl, and hopefully we've been treating you right. I'll touch base with you in a couple of weeks just to see how things are and talk to you a little bit more about our business. So day 3, director picks up the phone. What are we doing that for? We want to make sure we're developing a relationship with the entire agency, not one person. Because then what happens, if you've developed a relationship with everyone, not everyone in the office, but if the relationship looks like it's bigger than one person, when there is staff turnover, there's less likelihood you're going to lose staff, lose clients. So the thing which is most important in through to their director must have a relationship with every person. That doesn't mean when the hot water system's buggered that the owner picks up the phone and speaks to the director. That doesn't mean that. What it means is that the director is developing a relationship for add value services. So really, really important that everyone is involved in this approach.